Welcome back. We are still on the topic straight lines. In the previous video, we solved a question on finding the coordinates of the point of intersection of two straight lines by drawing the graph of the lines on the same graph sheet. In this video, we are going to solve another question. The question for this video is: find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the lines x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 2x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0 by drawing both lines on the same graph sheet. We have learned that if you want to draw the graph of a line on a graph sheet, you will need at least 2 points that fall on the line. So let's begin with the first one. X plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. We want to draw the graph of this line, so we will need 2 points that fall on this line. We have learned that we can find these 2 points by first assuming a value for one of the coordinates, then we substitute that value into the equation to get the other coordinate. So for example, for the first point, let's assume that x is equal to 1. Now we want the y coordinate, so we substitute x is equal to 1 into this equation to get the y coordinate. Now when x is equal to 1, we are going to have 1 plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. 1 plus 1 gives us 2, so we have y plus 2 is equal to 0, and this will give us y is equal to negative 2. That means that for the first point, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to negative 2. So the coordinates of the first point is 1, negative 2. We need at least 2 points. We have found one of the points, so we need another point. For the second point, I'm going to choose y is equal to 2. Now when y is equal to 2, what will be the x value? So for the x value, I'll substitute y is equal to 2 into this equation to get x. Now when y is equal to 2, the equation will become x plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 0. And this will give us x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 3. That means that for the second point, when x is minus 3, y is 2. So the coordinates of the second point is minus 3, 2. So we now have 2 points that fall on this line. We can plot them on the graph sheet to draw the graph of this line. But in this question, we are drawing 2 lines on the same graph sheet. So you will need to find the points for the second line. The equation for the second line is 2x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. We are going to do the same thing as we did for the first line. So we will need 2 points that fall on this line. To get that, I'm going to assume a value for x, then I substitute it into this equation to get a value for y. So for the first point, I will assume when x is equal to 0. Now when x is equal to 0, the equation becomes 2 times 0 minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. 2 times 0 is 0, so you will have minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. And this will give us minus y is equal to minus 5. Now if minus y is equal to minus 5, then we can say that y is equal to 5. So for the first point, I have x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 5. So the coordinates of this point is 0, 5. We will need another point that falls on this line. So we will make another assumption. This time I'm going to assume when y is equal to 3. Now when y is equal to 3, what will be the x coordinate? So I will substitute y is equal to 3 into the equation to get the value for x. When y is equal to 3, the equation becomes 2x minus 3 plus 5 is equal to 0. Minus 3 plus 5 is 2. So you have 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. And this will give us 2x is equal to minus 2. We have learned this from linear equation. Now if 2x is equal to minus 2, then we can say that x is equal to 1. You divide the left hand side by 2, you divide the right hand side also by 2. And when you do that, you have x is equal to minus 1. So for the second point, when y is 3, x is -1. So the coordinates of this point is the x coordinate, which is -1, and then the y coordinate, which is 3. So now we have found 2 points for each line. For the first line, that is line x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0, we had 1 minus 2 and minus 3, 2. And for this line, that is line 2x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0, we had 0, 5 and -1, 3. We can now plot these points on the graph sheet. Before you plot the points, you first have to choose a scale for the graph. So you check the points that you are going to plot very carefully, and then you choose a scale such that you can plot all the points on the graph. With the points that I'm having, if I choose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on both axes, I'll be able to plot all of them. So on the x-axis, I chose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit, and then on the y-axis also, I chose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit. So I have a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on both axes. Now let's go ahead and plot the points. The first point we are going to plot is 1 minus 2. So we look for 1 on the x-axis and -2 on the y-axis. They will meet at this point. The second point is -3, 2. So we look for -3 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. Then you plot it. We have these 2 points, so we can draw the line. So you join these with a straight line. The equation of this line is x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. This is the first line. Let's plot the points for the second line. The first point is 0, 5. So you look for 0 on the x-axis, that is this point. Then we look for 5 on the y-axis. So we move along that line to 5. So we have it here. So you have the point 0, 5. Then you plot it. The second point is -1, 3. So you look for -1 on the x-axis, then 3 on the y-axis, and that will be this point. Then you join them with a straight line. So you draw a straight line through it, and the equation of this line is 2x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. Now we can see that these two lines meet at this point. So this is the point of intersection. We want the coordinates of this point. So you trace it to the x-axis to get the s coordinate, then you trace it to the y-axis to get the y coordinate. When you trace it to the x-axis, the value there is -2, and when you trace it to the y-axis, the value there is 1. That means that the coordinates of this point, that is the point of intersection, is the s coordinate -2 and then the y coordinate 1. So the coordinates of the point of intersection of these two lines is -2, 1. So we can say that from the graph, the coordinates of the point of intersection of the two lines is -2, 1. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. This is the end of the videos on straight lines. Pick more questions on straight lines and try your hands on them. If you have a problem solving any of the questions, share it on any of the Math Center social media handles and I'll respond to it. Bye bye.